I know that person in real person personally.
Hello and welcome to whatever this is. My name is Finn. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you're having a great Monday. Yeah, because that's when you'll be watching this. I hope you're having a great Monday, and if you're not, it's okay, because humans only live like 78 years. Hang in there, dude. Yeah, my career as a motivational speaker was over before it began. But before we jump into the second half of this live stream, I wanted to give my condolences to a very, very wonderful person here in the Tophia shit-talking community, Santoki. So Marie's been in her comment section. And yeah, I'm gonna read the comment that Marie left. I'll put it on the screen as well, but it's probably gonna be kind of tiny. So, Marie says, "My daughter was not rejected for housing. She was talking about the program we were on before. She said now she goes every Tuesday for housing. It's just taking time on the frustrating." Okay, well, yeah, there's Marie for you. And then Toki replied, "Why did you let a crackhead name your daughter Tophia?" uh, I love you, girl. I'm sorry, that's so fucking funny. But anyway, so go offer Toki your condolences because she's dealing with this bullshit. And other than that, thank you to Tophia Archive for the second half of this live stream. And if you would consider supporting them, that'd be super cool. Also, if you consider supporting this channel by liking, commenting, or subscribing, that's always so appreciated. I'm still really small, and I cannot believe that so many of y'all have found me already. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, if you're not subscribed already, it does really help, so please consider. But other than that, let's go ahead and see what Tophia has to say today, shall we?
Oh, this was dope. So I think someone noticed me on Fortnite because like I landed wrong. I almost died. Like I landed and I thought I was clicking A to like deploy my thing. I was at 1% and this person literally didn't kill me. He let me live. So I said, I'm gonna let you live. Like the whole time because
Wow, what a fascinating story that you're telling right now.
I ran into them and I was like, I waited because I was like, if they don't shoot at me, then I know that's them. And they literally didn't, and they didn't kill me. It was crazy. They just let me.
Wow, crazy.
I was like, bruh, you're a real one for that. But anyways, that was not what happened. I got a victory royale today, and what happened was is that it was me and one other person. I was looking for them, and I was like, where are they at? Where are they at? I couldn't find them, and then it just said victory royale. I think either they died in the storm or they left the match, which I don't think they left the match because they wouldn't just leave unless they were idle, and
It's really crazy that she spends this much time talking about Fortnite when she's got so many other issues that she should be attending to. I don't know. Like, I love when people have hobbies. That's great. You like it. I love it. But Tophia, you gotta understand, this is coming off as just like, so, I don't even know. I don't even know the word for it.
they weren't moving because maybe they got called or something happened. So yeah, anyways, I got awarded a victory royale. I won. I was like, oh man, because I was like, what does PTSD have to do with shooting games?
You are so stupid. Oh my god. You said that loud noises and like pew pew sounds and whatnot set you off, and you're in there playing a game where you take people out.
I literally don't have the TV loud when I'm gaming. I actually have it turned down because when it's loud, it does bother me.
Yeah, sure. Way to backpedal on that. But if your version of the TV is not loud is the same, like the music is not loud, then yes, the TV is loud.
And here's the thing with PTSD. You don't choose when you have PTSD. You act like it's a switch that you can just
No, I mean, people with PTSD do not choose when their PTSD acts up, but you do, which is how I know that you're full of shit.
turn off and on. That's not how it works. Yes. Like some of you guys really need to reevaluate yourselves because literally typing that is crazy. So you don't have PTSD. Like, why are you even questioning someone's disability?
I really love that, like, a jobless, homeless woman who doesn't really see her mom ever and has no friends is telling me that I need to reevaluate.
I don't question you. and your problems. And you know what's so crazy is to see people get mad in people's comment sections. Someone put a gif of someone slamming their fist on a table and being like, I wish people would just stop sending the money and slamming their fist.
Yeah, I really do. Don't send her money. I think that's dumb.
Nobody sent money. The only person that sent me money was someone from Instagram.
No one sent money. The only person who sent money... Tophia, do you see why no one takes you serious?
And they sent me $50. That's that person that people are like, is that really her cousin? They're really related? Because they said they was my cousin. That's the only person that gave me money. And actually, that's not the only person that gave me money. And I keep forgetting. Sorry, I forgot. Thank you to whoever sent me money. I was sent money by 2 other people. Someone sent me $10. So, anyways, I didn't ask for the money. But to literally sit here and be like...
You did everything but ask for money. It's called dry begging.
People need to stop sending them money and then putting a gif of someone slamming their fist. I laugh at that because I think it's so funny. Nobody's sending me money. I didn't even ask.
Nobody's sending you money. You just listed 3 people.
For that. People sent it to me, and thank you. I'm appreciative. Sorry, I have a lot going on. But why does that bother you? Why are you so bothered by the fact that someone did something nice? I didn't even ask for the money. I'm not even asking for money. So to say that people need to stop sending money, what money?
I mean, I'm not surprised that people are sending her money because, you know, people send terrible humans money all the time. I wish they wouldn't.
I would love to know who's sending me money because no one's sending me nothing. Well, someone, I'm not saying no, I shouldn't say no one. 3 people have sent me something.
There you go.
All, only 3 people. The money that I've been getting has been from my cameos because people have been requesting cameos. Other than that, I don't receive any money except from TikTok.
My little tinfoil hat conspiracy is that the cameos are requesting her to eat certain things, so they send money for the food and then, extra that she does this thing for them. And I think Tophia is too dumb to know that she's making feeder content.
And cameo. And mind you, I haven't been getting a lot of cameos. I get a random cameo here and there. I get a request that says, you have a cameo, and then I fulfill it, or I try to fulfill it before time is up. Sometimes my memory loss, and then I try to...
Shut up. Just shut up, girl. Use Post-its like the rest of us. God.
Re-request and see if they re-request for a cameo. And I apologize if I don't get to them. It's my memory loss, and I'm sorry. But I have a lot going on because I'm busy all week. My downtime is Tuesday.
I'm busy all week except for the 20-something matches of Fortnite and also sitting here yelling at the internet. Okay.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The rest of that I'm busy where I have some time. I still have to do something for the most part on Tuesday and Friday. Other than that, after I do what I do, then I have some time. First of all, Risa, you don't even know shit, so why are you talking? What are you talking about?
I mean, probably the same reason you're talking, girl. Miss Room Temperature IQ?
Excuses. I literally said no one sent me money. If no one's sending me money, why are you saying it? That's not an excuse. You don't know shit. I don't know what you're talking about excuses. You must be on some whole other planet talking about some whole other topic. Are you there? Because it doesn't seem like you're all there. Have you been listening?
Bold of you to say that.
To anything I said? What does me saying I have not received any money have anything to do with excuses? Why are people trying to tell people what to do with their money that they worked hard for?
What? You didn't work hard for shit, girl. You think that this right here is working hard? Tophia, you need a wake-up call, girl.
That's weird behavior. Why are you pocket watching somebody else? Sober up. Well, why are you telling me to sober up? I'm not drinking.
Because they know you're gonna react every fucking time. I don't think she's drinking either. I think she's just got, like, the Beatus brain or whatever, but... Tophia, they know that you're gonna get riled up about it.
Very much so. I don't drink. If I had a quinceañera, it would probably be purple. My family couldn't afford that, so my mom was upset because she said she was sad because she told me, she's like, she was sad I never had one because we couldn't afford it. And I said, I understand. My family was very poor. We couldn't afford a quinceañera.
I thought you said that when you were younger, your dad was doing all right and you guys had a really nice house that you were, like, renting to own or whatever.
My family was broke. We were eating beans every day. That's why I don't like pinto beans. We ate pinto beans every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Imagine having to eat beans every day because that's all you have. A bag.
Is that like the last healthy thing you ate?
Of beans was $3. So that's why we ate beans a lot, because a bag of beans was $3. And then it was a luxury. If we were able to afford hamburger meat, then we had meat, beans, and cheese when we had the luxury to afford meat and cheese. Otherwise, it was just beans and cheese. Because you can get some pretty cheap, sharp cheddar cheese. Like, you know what I mean? And that literally, nobody said anything about whether or not it's Mexican or Spanish. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's what we ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because we couldn't afford to eat. That has nothing to do. Why is Mexican or
I mean, sorry about it, but beans and rice is a complete protein. It's got all 9 amino acids, so I mean, at least y'all were eating.
Spanish even being mentioned about that? I did not mention Mexican or Spanish. I said pinto beans. What does that have anything to do with what you just said? I literally
Pinto beans are featured predominantly in Mexican and Hispanic cuisine in general, so hope that helped.
said we were so poor that that's what we ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What does what you said have anything to do with the conversation? Spanish is a language. Because I don't know. For me, I have a hard time understanding things, so I'm not
Truest thing you've ever said, girl.
too sure. I don't want to say anything that people will be, and it's not something very offensive. But someone said, why are you when someone says I'm Spanish, so you're calling yourself a language. Spanish is a language.
Girl, Spain is a country. You can say you're Spanish, it means you're from Spain. Dumbass, goddamn.
Latino, Mexican, and Hispanic. Anyways, back to the quinceañera.
Hispanic just means you come from a Spanish-speaking country. So...
My mom was upset. We couldn't afford it, so hey, and I understood. And she always wanted me to have one, but I've been to one. One of my family members, they threw a quinceañera. I've been to one, but I just, we couldn't afford it. I was not fortunate enough. Trump doesn't give handouts, Rissa. Even you know that. Trump is not giving any handouts. What handouts? You said you believe I can...
I mean, he's given handouts. It's just to, massive companies and billionaires. So...
do better. I am doing better. What handouts? I'm not getting any handouts. Living in a...
What? What? Okay, just because Trump is not personally handing you money, that does not mean you're not getting handouts from someone or something. Namely, the New Mexico government. So, Tophia, you are so just... Wow, they're just out of touch.
A shelter is not a handout. I'm living in a shelter because I can't afford to live. That's not a handout. And living in a shelter because I can't afford to live is not because I choose to not have a job.
Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Uh-huh.
You go get a job. Place that I'm at, I cannot get a job. I don't know how many times I explained that. Second of all, if I was to get a job, I would still be living in a shelter having a job because I can't afford to live. Having a job does not...
Have you tried? Have you tried working full-time somewhere? I don't think so.
I'm sure you can afford to live. It's very expensive to live here. The rent is being raised. The old apartments were...
So you're just like, oh, rent's expensive, so I'll just live in a shelter? Imagine if everyone did that.
We were paying $810. The new management came in. Anybody that comes in after the new management would have had to pay $1,000. The rent went up. It was no longer $810. It went up to $900 to $1,000. If you think you don't know, it's expensive to live.
Yeah, no shit, dude. I'm pretty sure that most everyone criticizing you pays rent or is familiar with the concept.
The only way you can live is if you're living with a roommate or living with someone. I'm not roommating with someone I don't know. Facebook Marketplace and type in room for rent. On Facebook Marketplace, you'll see people renting rooms out of their houses. Do you think those people can afford to live? Because if they did, they wouldn't be renting the room just because? No, they don't rent a room just...
I mean, maybe they want to... I have a friend who moved into an RV and is renting her, house out as an Airbnb to make extra money. She doesn't have to. She just wants to pay off some of her debt.
Because it's easy. Nobody rents a room for fun. It's not excuses. Tell me where having a job makes you a living wage. Please someone explain. If that's...
I have a job and make a living wage. I don't, Tophia. And trust me, I did not get into teaching for the fame and fortune, all right? But I could still pay my bills.
It's the case that you should own a house by now. You're making money and you don't own a house, then that must mean you're blowing your money. You're not doing the right things with money. You're mismanaging your money if you haven't bought a house by now.
Okay, well, I did, so... What are you talking about?
Seriously, I'm getting sleepy. What friend? No friend said I tried to get them to go out every weekend. What friend? My friend doesn't talk on the internet. Now I know you don't. I have one friend. I do have a friend.
She has one friend, you guys. Does that friend know that they're your friend?
I have friends, not one friend. My friend does not use Facebook. My friend wouldn't respond to anyone on social media. So I do know my friend. That's how I know you're lying.
This is giving, I had a boyfriend. He was at summer camp. You wouldn't know him.
My friend does not respond to people on social media. You lying. You're talking about the one with the transportation. We're not talking. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, didn't she, because I saw the body cam footage for all that, and, isn't she a terrible person?
Oh, that? But we're not even having any conversations. I haven't even talked to them They're literally in jail. I don't know if
Yeah,
they're
there
still
we
in
go.
jail. For me, I'm not talking bad about people. If that's who you're
You just said she's in jail. How is that talking good about someone?
talking about, I didn't get them to go out every weekend. My other friend does not respond to people on social media. So if it's not them, then it's not anybody. My friend doesn't respond to people on social media. I know. What? I don't know what lady with light brown hair you're talking about. I don't have a friend with light brown hair, so I don't know anybody with light brown hair. So it's crazy because you say I have friends and then you say I don't have friends. You contradict.
Do you think everybody on the internet or everybody in your chat is like the same person? Because some people could say one thing and then some people could say another, and that doesn't mean they're contradicting themselves because, Tophia, more than one person uses the internet.
Yourself. Do I have friends or do I not have friends? I never tried to get anyone to go anywhere over the weekend. You can't lie properly. If you're talking about the blonde girl, we are not friends. I don't know her really well like that. We just had a Valentine's Day party. That was it. If that's who you're talking about, like, I don't know that person that well. We don't hang out all the time. We're not friends. If that's who you're talking about, we don't hang out all the time. No, I'm just saying. I'm not talking badly about.
Tophia, I would be concerned if I was you because as soon as your shelter roomies realize that they could make some money dropping shit on you, girl, you're fucked.
Someone. I'm just saying that I don't know that person that well. I don't know them well enough to say, hey, this is my friend. I just only took a picture because we had a Valentine's Day party. That was it. So whoever else you're talking about, I don't know. And obviously that person has blonde hair. They don't have brown hair. Oh, you're obsessed
What
with
is this angle? Oh my god. I can count your chin hairs, girl. Ew.
Well, I'm not obsessed. There is no such thing as a drinking party. What are you talking about? There was none of that there. For drinks. No, I don't want an RV. I was a victim of a violent crime. What makes you think I want to live in the streets? There's violence.
Well, I mean, an RV is not technically like the streets because you do still have shelter, so what?
Why would I want to live in an RV after what happened to me? I did try to.
I mean, it's that or the streets, girl. Those are the two most, like, attainable options for you right now.
Get an RV when my brother was alive. I don't feel safe living in an RV. I'm not going to have to find somewhere to park every night or park in a place where I have to pay rent to live in an RV and hook up.
I'm pretty sure you can park in most Walmarts overnight, depending on Albuquerque's, like, city rules, and then also Cracker Barrel, so there are a lot of truck stops to let you park there overnight. You just have to move in the morning.
I don't want to do that. That is not safe. Why would I want to do that? I'm already paranoid as it is. You want me to go do that again? No, thank you. RVs are expensive. They're not cheap. It depends.
Paranoid as it is, but not busting her ass to get a job so that she's not in this situation anymore. Huh.
Depends if you get one it depends if you get one that doesn't need to be fixed up. RVs are not cheap. They're expensive.
Yeah, no shit.
If you get a fixer-upper, then cool. You can get one that has amenities, but then you gotta fix it yourself. I would have to get one where I can't wash clothes because the washer and dryer doesn't work. I would have to get that fixed. Where the shower isn't working and where we can't cook because then I would have had to fix it up. Right. And it costs more money to fix it up than it did buying it.
I mean, even if all of that was broken, you'd still have shelter. So it's just, you're so entitled.
And I'm not going to buy a project that I can't afford. Fixing up an RV is very expensive.
Not going to buy a project I can't afford, but am going to buy out Temu stock of plastic clothes.
And if the RV breaks down, I don't have money to put a part in the RV because RV parts are expensive. More than a car part because it's an RV. Like, unless it was someone that I knew that wanted to stay with me and my mom in an RV, then of course, maybe, again, I don't even want to do that. I just don't, it's not that I'm scared, it's just.
Can you imagine being in that tiny space with Tophia? Oh my god, the smell, man. The smell alone.
It's a scary thought. I'm literally not gonna subject myself to an RV with all the crime that is going on and all the violence. No, thank you. Look at crime in Albuquerque. The crime in Albuquerque is high. They just got video footage. I don't know if they released the actual footage, but they have the video footage of that 19-year-old boy that was unalived in a road rage. The guy brake checked him and then flipped a U-turn and unalived this 19-year-old boy. Mind you, I saw the body. We were going that way because we were going to the park to eat our food because we had gotten McDonald's. And I looked over because it was blocked off. And I saw the police and I said, oh, well, maybe they're arresting the person because the car door was open and the car was in the middle of the road. It was blocked off. It was caution tape. So I thought maybe it was a police chase or something happened and they searched the...
Girl, why are you making this about you? Somebody died.
car. But when I looked over, I saw a body lying in the road with a sheet over it. And then when I heard about what happened, like, crying, I don't want to live out there. It's not safe to live in the street. That's very stupid to tell someone to go live in an RV. Gas prices are high.
Huh? House prices are high. What do you're the one that's like, I need a house. What? How is, like, saying that you should get an RV, how is that more delusional than where you're already at?
The amount of gas I would have to put in that to literally put a full tank and run it. While people need to stop suggesting ideas that don't work and then saying that I'm making
They don't work because you just refuse them. They would absolutely work. But you're entitled and spoiled and just the worst.
excuses. I didn't ask for ideas on how to live. If I wanted your unsolicited advice, I would ask for it. I didn't ask for any advice, so why are you just throwing something out there no one asked for?
You're putting your shit on the internet, okay? People are allowed to have opinions.
That's not a suggestion. That's giving unsolicited advice nobody asked for. I'll be on the streets because I caused to. I'm not going to cause myself to be on the streets. Who said...
Tophia, well, you keep saying that, girl.
Anything about living in a house is cheaper. We were living in a house paying $2,000 a month in bills. I've already lived in a house. I lived in a house twice. I know what the expenses costs are for a house.
You lived in a house when you were a kid or like a teenager, but shit's way more expensive now. Property taxes have gone up. You're so delusional. It's wild.
House. You act like I'm stupid. I lived in a house. I've lived in an apartment before. I know how much shit costs. I'm not dumb. I don't need a job to live in a house. You do not understand. If someone is guaranteed rent through housing, they don't care. As long as they're getting paid, people love housing programs because they're insured their rent. I don't know what more I need to explain to you about not having a job. I cannot work.
Wait, but you just jumped from subsidized housing in Section 8 to like how you can't work. What? I mean, in order for housing to be chill and like take that government backed tenancy or whatever you want to call it, the government has to agree to back you. And you don't qualify because you won't get a job.
I'm in a place where I cannot work. If I go to work, then I'm going to have to find a place to live, and I can't afford a place to live. I'm not trying to put myself in the street because you want me to.
So what, is your retirement plan the shelter? Because I don't think the shelter is going to be chill with that, girl.
The only way I'll be in the street is if I put myself there. If I cause myself to be in the street, you can say whatever the fuck you want, but it ain't going to be the way you want it to be. You're sitting here telling me that I have to get a job. No housing program that I went through said that I had to get a job. Someone was like, oh, that's only temporary. No.
They said you have to get a job or we're not helping you. And you said, okay. What?
The program that I applied for is not temporary housing program. The housing program that I signed up for is not temporary. And you do not need a job.
I mean, I've never applied for like Section 8 or whatever she's talking about, but I'm pretty sure you have to continuously show that you need the help. You know, this isn't like the government signs on to pay for your house for the rest of your life.
I need to explain that to people. I don't need to explain that to people. Didn't I not say you get what you pay for? Because I was only going to have to pay $50 a month in rent. Because that's probably all I could afford.
Okay, so that seems like a good deal. And you still said no?
People literally have a hard time hearing. If I'm only having to pay $50 a month, does that tell you I need a job? No, because if I would have had a job, then that would have mean I would have had to pay more. And self-employment is a job. Social media is a job. You say I need a job? No, I don't, because I could say my social media is my job. But I don't make enough to sustain living. They're going to see that I don't make enough and make enough to make a financial living. So
yeah, which is why you need an actual job. Like, social media can be a job for sure, but it needs to support you if it's going to be your only job. You know, it's better as like a second, like a side hustle situation. That's what I'm trying to do.
So what are we doing? You don't know about these housing programs. You think, yes, there are housing programs for people with no income. I wouldn't be applying to something I don't qualify for. That would be stupid. I'm not wasting my time for a housing program that is not going to help me.
Okay, so you're just wasting your time convincing them that, no, you don't need to get a job to get housing. And they're like, yes, you do, Tophia. That's the rules. And you're like, no, I don't.
Someone advised me to sign up for this housing program. I did. But they said to sign up, and I said, well, look, I don't have an income. I have no income whatsoever. They said it's
You have no income whatsoever, but you just said social media is your job. So which is it?
for people with no income. That's why I applied. I'm not applying to something blindly and hoping that I qualify.
I mean, they probably said there are programs for people with no income, thinking that you couldn't work for, like, debilitating disabilities. Because, yes, PTSD and major depression are disabilities, but a lot of people have those and they're still trucking. Just because you have a diagnosis does not mean you qualify for disability.
Because if I qualify for the program, then that would mean I would have to go to work. I don't have to go to work. Like, some of you guys really need to use your brain. You're not
you don't qualify for the program. You just said that.
talking and really think.
Oh my god, can you stop?
There's literally, actually, from what I was told, there's literally housing programs for some people. I'm not even going to say well, I have disabilities, but I don't get disability. But
right, because the government has determined that you can work.
There are some programs that will pay people's housing for life. But here's the issue that people fail to realize. When Trump came into office...
Oh, shut up. Girl, I hate Trump, and that doesn't have anything to do with this.
A lot of the funding for these programs were cut. So a lot of places couldn't help me with housing because the funding for these housing programs got cut because of Trump.
I don't think that was really what happened. I think they said that you need a job to qualify, and you said, "No, I'm good, fam." And now you're still in the shelter.
Trump thinks these are unnecessary spending. So these are unnecessary spending cuts. So that's why they're cutting them. That's why they're called spending cuts, because they're cutting unnecessary spending.
Thank you, Professor Tophia.
Why are you cutting things that help people for their housing? The time I was trying to get help with these programs, which now they're back. They got funding for housing. They're not. Now they're able to help people.
So they've got funding now, and they're still not helping your ass, which means you don't qualify.
But these programs will pay for your housing for life. The thing was, at the time when the government shut down, a lot of these programs had their funding cut. So they couldn't help anyone with housing because that is Trump's doing. This is what people voted for.
Is this what you tell your poor mother when your mom's like, "Hey, how's the housing stuff?" You just go into like a political and societal rant, and then Marie's like, "Oh, okay, daughter."
People are struggling to receive housing help now because you chose to vote for someone who thinks it's unnecessary spending. Yes, there are programs that will pay for your rent for life, and you don't need a job. I'm a victim.
Yeah, there are. Sure. But it's for people who actually cannot work, not just for people who are lazy. Even if you flash your "I'm a victim of a violent crime" badge, they do not have to give you a house.
Victim of a violent crime, I qualify. All I have to do is I just tell them my story, and that's it. And it's not because I feel...
If that was it, then you'd have a house by now, dummy.
...entitled. I have disabilities. I have major depression and PTSD.
Girl, you and like millions of other people. You're not special, and the world does not care. Get off your ass.
I have disabilities. It's not just sitting here and saying I deserve something for nothing and feeling entitled. That is not what I'm doing. I was advised.
That's exactly what you're doing, but okay.
But a lot of these programs said they couldn't really help me.
Yeah, because you won't get a fucking job. Oh my god, she's so stupid.
They apologized because the funding was cut. And then once they were able to, I didn't qualify because whatever. I don't know if I said it, but thanks to Trump, a lot of people have a hard time receiving housing.
Okay, that might be true. But you're not a lot of people. You're Tophia, and you're the laziest motherfucker I've ever come across.
Thank you for the good points. It's not easy as people think it is. And there are places out there that will pay for my rent for life. It's just that it's a lot harder since Trump...
No, there are places that will pay someone's rent for life. They're not going to pay yours, though, because, again, you don't qualify.
Funding, now they're behind. Housing is behind for years. They're not accepting new applications for housing. I'm not trying to get on Section 8. Because it doesn't make sense. There's no point to apply for Section 8 only for them to tell you that you can afford to live. We tried...
Tophia, take a hint.
To get back on Section 8. Section 8 told us, because my dad was trying to get on Section 8 to help them pay some of the rent. They told me I needed to go to work or go to school. That's fine. But then I said...
No, it's not fine because you're not doing either.
I said, no, there's no point because they're going to say we make too much money. I said, with my brother's job and your disability and my job, they're going to say we make enough to afford to live. There's no point to go applying for a program that we're not going to qualify for anyways. I'll get a job, and my dad will have his disability, and my brother will still be working, and they'll say combined we make enough to afford the rent, because the rent's only $810. And amongst us, we would be making well over that combined.
Right, so then you could pay the rent and have extra and not have to rely on anyone else to survive.
With our incomes. And I was like, there's no point in applying for this program, but my dad wanted to because all of his check was going to rent. My brother was working, but he told him that he could save, he didn't have to pay rent. That's what he told him and his ex. Mind you, I was making money online, but the money I made, sometimes my dad would ask me, hey, can you, and it wasn't even cheap. It was $400 for a website that he didn't even use. It was things like that. I became Bank of America. But back to what I was saying.
But were you contributing to the bills in other ways? Because if your dad was paying the entire rent bill, then what were you doing aside from stinking up the place?
There are programs that pay for life. It's not, they will help you pay. And it's not a lie because they can look into the situation. It was all over the news. I was a victim of a violent crime. For people to say I was not a victim is crazy. It has.
Tophia, you were there. You didn't get injured or anything, but yeah, you were there. However, again, that doesn't make you special. You and like a ton of other people who still manage to function.
Nothing to do with feeling entitled or saying, hey, you need to give me a house because I deserve it. I don't go to these places telling them I deserve a house. I want a house. I go to these programs and accept whatever they offer. If they want to give me an apartment, I'm not going to tell them, no, I don't want an apartment. I want a house.
Yes, you did. I'm pretty sure you would. You would.
It's not how that works. I literally have been polite. I literally go and do what I'm supposed to do. And then.
No, because you haven't gotten his job. So quit lying.
It doesn't work out. So I tried the next solution to get housing. People think that I think I'm entitled to free stuff. Housing is not providing free entitlement to anyone.
What are you talking about? You keep saying, I deserve a house, but you're unwilling to work.
To sit here and tell people they don't deserve basic human rights is crazy. Housing is a basic human right, just like eating food is a basic human right.
Yeah, housing is a basic human right, but 3 bedrooms and a pool is not a basic human right.
And you're telling someone that they need to be stripped of their basic human rights. Is that not crazy? I was not. What do you mean I was a witness? Are you stupid? A witness is someone that stood there and witnessed something.
Right. Yeah, kind of. I mean, you were in the car, yeah, but you weren't a victim in the same way as Mama Chu and Brother Chu.
Tried to rip me out of the window. Just because I didn't get hurt as badly as my mom or my brother, thank God, does not mean I'm not.
You didn't get hurt at all. What are you talking about?
A victim. I'm a victim of a violent crime. That's why CVRC helped me. I was not a witness. Well, actually, I'm a victim and a witness. Yes, I am a victim and a witness because I witnessed the crime that I was in. You guys try to find any way to say I'm not a victim. CVRC is the crime victims unit. They don't help non-victims. That's why.
Tophia, are you going to be 50 years old and still saying, I'm a victim of a violent crime, I can't work? Like.
They're called crime victims. That's what CVRC is, for crime victims, not for non-victims. Thank you for the gift. The gifts. You and me. I didn't run away. I'm not a witness. I'm a witness and a victim. What are you talking about? He literally.
I'm not a witness. I'm a witness and a victim. Sophie, you just contradict yourself constantly and you have no idea.
I'm not even going to argue with you. CVRC helped me because I'm a victim. They don't put you in a hotel room with a fake name for no reason. I was a witness.
That's just protocol, dude. While they figured out where this man came from.
I wasn't in witness protection. Witness protection is changing your whole identity and relocating you. I would have had to move out of the state because I know someone's going to try to say witness protection. Witness protection is for those that are in danger for their witness to a crime and they could possibly be unalive.
I mean, there's different levels of witness protection, but okay.
Because they're a witness to a very dangerous crime. In my case, the guy's not living. Because I know someone's going to try to say witness protection. That's not witness protection because the guy's not alive. I was a witness and a victim. He tried to pull me out of the window. My window was smashed.
I'm sorry. Like, this is mean, but like, he's trying to pull that out of the window? I don't think so, Tophia. Even if he was hopped up on whatever, he values his back too much. I don't believe he tried to pull you out of the window thing.
Glass was all over me. Glass was inside my bra. What are you talking about? I was trying to fight this guy off from starting the car and taking it. If I was a witness...
You were not. You grabbed your phone and dipped.
Then why am I fighting the attacker? You don't fight an attacker if you're a witness to someone just standing there watching.
You didn't, though. You just got your ass out. You grabbed your phone, you left your mom, and
something go on and calling the police and letting them know they're a witness. It's not making me mad that you're saying I'm a witness. You're just saying I'm a witness because you think it's making me mad. I'm
You seem kind of mad. You seem a little bit mad, girl.
calm. I'm not even mad at all. I'm just tired and drowsy. And I'm gonna get off soon because I need to go get my sleep. Mom, it's okay. She was shot in the face. That's what happened. My mom was fine. The guy I didn't even know. All I know is I heard pop, right? That was the moment my brother was murdered. I heard my brother being murdered and thought it was fireworks because people had posted online that they hope my car blows up. And so I thought they were trying to scare me to make me think the car blew up. I was asleep. People don't understand. I was woken out of a sleep. So I'm
Yeah, and then you went back to sleep.
still trying to figure out what's going on. And the only thing I see is someone that is going around the car trying to get in. Well, not trying to get in, but just like going around the car. So I thought maybe, because my brother sleeps with his mouth open. So I thought maybe my brother was hoping that they leave, that he was just trying not to engage, that he was just ignoring them. Because we've had homeless people come up to the car and he said, no, thank you, because they ask for something and then they just leave. That my thought process was a troll. That's where my mind went. Because I had reposted a threat that night. Mind you, someone said that something about I need to be taken out of this world. And then that happens. I had literally posted.
Right, but it was your brother who passed, not you. So stop trying to make it about you.
Someone saying that I needed to be taken out of this world. Not too long before the carjacking happened, we were under the parking garage, sleeping. My brother stopped at his friend's, and then we went and parked up. I usually stay up because I wanted to play on my Switch. So I was like, oh, I'm going to play on my Switch. But then I'm like, no, I need to get some sleep because I always stay up late. I don't get any sleep. I wish I would have stayed awake. I really wish I could have prevented that, but I couldn't. There was nothing I probably could have done.
There was nothing you probably could have done except stay with your uncle. Tophia, you're the reason that your family was in that situation. You didn't cause it, but you set yourself up for it.
To prevent that. But this guy, I heard pop. So my initial reaction was someone's trying to mess with me like they did before. Because they pulled up to the SUV and slapped a bunch of sticky notes and banged on the SUV. That scared the crap out of me. And they thought that was funny, but they didn't notice my brother was behind him and my brother chased him down. So to me, I thought my brother was just ignoring the person because one, now that I'm thinking about it again, I didn't think it was a homeless person because we've had homeless people come to the car, but because I was getting threats, I thought maybe it was someone from social media that was trying to mess with us and he just didn't want to engage because he was tired. We were chasing down this van and we had a really weird experience. I have a video on my phone. It's hard to tell the car, but yes, we've had several incidences, a few that. So there was this van, right? We were in the library parking lot and this van was doing donuts. Or no, it pulled in and it pulled up like it was going to ram us and then took off. My brother turned on his car and started chasing this car. We're chasing the car down.
See, that seems dumb to me. Like, they were driving away and y'all are going to chase them down?
There's a church right across. So when we get to the area by the park where the church is, the van had drove all the way around and went to the library side and started doing donuts in the library. So my brother went and tried to catch them at the library. By that time, they were already taking off. It was a game of cat and mouse. These people drove away.
No, it was a game of, like, dumbass and mouse, maybe.
Mind you, it continued till 1 o'clock in the morning, and we chased them up Montgomery and San Mateo. We were driving up Montgomery and San Mateo, and they turned off and they were gone. My brother lost them, couldn't find them. He was trying to get a license plate to report them to the police. They were gone. He reported it to the police anyways because there's cameras. Maybe hopefully they can see somebody. Whatever. That happened. That's not the first time someone tried to ram us.
I mean, were they really trying to ram you or were they just doing donuts in the parking lot? Because your paranoid ass thinks everybody's out to get you.
Parked in this little roundabout. It was a little park area roundabout close to where he worked because my brother worked at the airport. And this car, it was like a Mini Cooper. It was a very small car, turned and faced us like it was going to ram the car. We were sleeping in the car. My mom was sleeping in the front seat. My brother was sleeping in the back because my brother said, do you want to sleep in the front seat? It was better for my mom to sleep in the front seat. So he offered her the front seat. I was watching the new Haunted Mansion. I remember I was on my phone. I was watching the new Haunted Mansion. I see the headlights of this car coming towards us to ram us. Turned real quick before it rammed us and sped off. And I said, did you see that? I said, someone tried to ram us. I was freaking out because here I am.
Of course you were, because you think everybody's out to get you.
I'm sleeping in the car trying to survive, and you think that it's funny to pretend to play chicken. You could have seriously injured my mom. You could have hurt my mom. My mom has osteoporosis. If her bones break...
You didn't give a shit when you grabbed your phone and left your mother.
It's harder for her to rebuild her strength in her bones. This is not just some stuff. And I wasn't even on social media at the time. That was at the time that I was not on social media for a month. I wasn't going live in the car. I wasn't doing anything. Yes, I was posting videos here and there and posting stuff on my stories, but
I wasn't doing anything. Yes, I was posting videos here and there. Tophia, oh my god. Oh my god. Memory of a goldfish, girl.
not as active. And people want to say get on social media. That's what was happening at the time, and I didn't say anything. I did say that someone tried to ram me. I did tell this story before. Someone tried to ram us, and we were sleeping in the car. And this is not the first time it's happened. And that was not the first time someone did a donut in the library parking lot and tried to ram us. There was 2 occasions. There was one person that we were sleeping. Next thing we hear screeching, and someone's doing donuts in the library parking lot and took off while we're trying to sleep, as if to wake us up from sleeping. That's a fucked up thing to do to somebody. It is so fucked up, the things that I've had to go through, because people say I should endure it because I'm on social media. Someone that I had just met, he was witnessing the stuff that I had to go through. I would be live and someone would just drive by and be honking and say some stuff. And he was like, wow, I really see just how fucked up it was. So when the carjack...
Tophia, I don't believe that story, first of all, but secondly, how do you know that they were honking at you? Like, people will honk on my street too, and it's just kids being kids. Like, I don't, Tophia, like, you are not the center of everyone's universe.
Happened. I was woken up from my sleep. I heard 2 pops. I thought maybe they were trying to scare us with some fireworks. I thought maybe my brother was ignoring them and they would go away. My brother tends to sleep with his mouth open, so I didn't think anything abnormal.
But you said his eye was missing. How did you fail to notice?
I get back under the covers to go back to sleep, because at that point I'm still half asleep. You have to remember, I just woke up from a sleep. So my thought was, I'm gonna go back to sleep. Then my mom said, something's happening. Tophia, something's happening. She's freaking out. I said, no. Then I'm alert now. I'm awake, because she's like, something's happening. So now that alerted me and I'm awake. At that point, I throw the covers off me and I see this guy. He's angry. He's just trying to get into the car. When I looked over, when I first took the blanket off and I looked over and I see this guy, that's when I saw my brother was missing an eye. At that point, I knew he was dead, because he wouldn't let this guy do this. So I'm freaking out. My brother's dead, and this guy is angry trying to get into the car. Both windows were busted out. I didn't know he shot my mom in the face. I didn't know she was shot in the face. I didn't look back to see my mom
because you don't give a shit about Marie.
Freaking out. This guy's trying to come in the car. So then he came to my side, smashed my window in, and at that point, when he smashed my window in, my thought was like, oh, he smashed my mom's window in, because what happened was he tried to pull me out of the window, and he couldn't pull me out of the window because I was using my weight to hold me down. Then he went to my mom's window and tried to rip her out of the window, and he couldn't do that. So at that point, that's when I thought, oh, he must have punched her window in too, because he just reached in her window and tried to pull her out, and her window was not rolled down. We don't roll down the windows. It was cold. We had the key in the ignition to turn on the heat in case we got cold. He jumped through the driver's window and he sat on my brother dead. And he tried to start the car, and I'm fighting him as best as I can, but...
You grabbed your phone and dipped, Tophia, and then you posted on Instagram before you called the cops.
Because I had just woken up. I was not strong enough to fight someone off. I just woke up, and I didn't have anything around me, any weapons, to fight this guy off. So I'm fighting him the best way that I can by using my arms and trying to push him away from the keys to at least maybe snatch the keys, do something, but I couldn't. I was not strong enough, so I said, get out. But my mom's hard of hearing. She couldn't hear. I snatched my phone and I jump out. I don't jump out of the car. I get out of the car and I rush to go to my mom's side to help assist her to escape the car. But I was not fast enough, because by the time I got out of the car, he's already flying down. He took off with the door open. He didn't even close. Obviously, his thought process is jacking the car. He's not going to think to close the door. Here I am trying to save my mom, and he takes off.
And instead, you posted on Instagram.
At that point, I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do. At that point, yes, I did have a thought. The police wasn't going to show up right away. But before then, my mind was not all there, because everything happened at once. So here I am. 4 a.m.? I don't know. It's not even, the sun's not even up. It's dark. There's nobody. And I'm screaming down the street. Somebody help. Call 911. Help. And I'm screaming.
You're screaming help, call 911 as your phone is in your hand and you're posting to social media.
Freaking out. And all I remember saying is, he's dead. Oh my God. Just like, even in the video, I called the police, and I made that Insta story after I called the police.
That's not true, Tophia. That is not true. And it really shows what kind of person you are that you continue to lie about it.
And that's when I said, oh my God, he killed my brother. He shot my brother, and he took off with my mom. Oh my God, he's dead. And the fact that people posted that online for me to relive that is crazy. And
Then don't put it on the internet in the first place. It's really not that difficult.
To hear that every time I come across it. And it's triggering and traumatizing. and people say,
then log off, Tophia. Like you say to people in your chat who aren't happy, you don't have to watch it.
That I had something to do with that. I didn't even know what was going on. He ditched an SUV in the park. He was running from police for whatever reason. I don't know. He was running from police, and he came upon our car after he ditched the SUV in the park. And he did that. And then for people to say, well, you posted that Insta story first, you didn't call the police.
Yeah.
No, I called the police.
That's not true. Tophia, that is not true.
And then I made the story because I didn't know what to do. I'm freaking out. I'm alone. It's nighttime. There's nobody there. I don't remember if it was, because I might be misremembering, because I think there was a guy that walked by with his backpack, but I'm not sure. He didn't stop because some people, but I don't really remember. That could be from my memory loss. But from what I do remember.
Okay, first of all, shut the fuck up about your memory loss. Secondly, if I saw you freaking out on the streets of Albuquerque at 3 a.m., I'm not sure I would stop to help either. I'm sorry about it. It's just, you know, I might call 911 as I'm walking away. Yeah, that seems like a good plan. Let's call 911 as we're walking away from this.
I was freaking out. I was in shock. You have to remember, I'm in a carjacking. Something just happened. My brother was murdered. I'm in shock. My brain, thank you for the good points. My brain is not all there because I just witnessed my brother be murdered. I heard the shots when he murdered my brother. At that point, I was freaking out. The police show up. They showed up right away, which was crazy. I was like, they were here quick. And when they took off, I could hear ambulances. And that's when I freaked out even more because I said, oh my God.
Well, I mean, you knew your brother didn't have an eye. What did you expect?
I was like, my mom's not alive. He killed my mom. What are you going to think? You don't know what's going on. You just hear ambulances and you don't know. And so they left me there. I walked towards the bus stop because I just walked away for a little bit. They left me, which I don't even know if that was the right thing to do. I'm a victim of a violent crime and you just left me out in the open.
Shut, Tophia. Meanwhile, your brother had passed away. Your mom got pew-pewed in the face, and you're just like, y'all left me alone. Oh no. Tophia, it's not about you.
It could have happened to me, and I'm freaking out. I could have freaked out and walked all the way off. It could have, and then they would have had to try to find where I was. I was freaking out. So I walked to the bus stop, and I'm like, let me walk back, because they said they're coming back. They came back for me. They put me in the car. They drove me to the scene. All I see is the car is crashed. It's wrecked. The door is open. I see clothes scattered everywhere. I see the trunk is busted open. Thank you for the good points. I don't know what is going on. I have no information. No, nothing. The whole time I was in the back of a car for an hour before a chaplain comes and says, sorry for your loss. And I said, oh my God. I was thinking in my head, oh my God. So I told him, so are they both dead? And he said, I can't tell you that. The police have to tell you. So I said, oh, great. Now I don't know if my mom and my brother are dead. So here I am when he says...
Why does she sound more annoyed than devastated, not knowing if her mom and brother had passed? She's like, oh, great. What a weird response.
Sorry for your loss. I just broke down. I was crying uncontrollably. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to think? On top of that, I contacted my brother's ex, right? To let her know that the person she so-called claimed she was in love with, right? Thank you for the good points. Was murdered. And the only thing, the audacity, the thing that she actually had to say to me was, what do you want me to do about it? And I think I texted her. I don't think I called her. I think I texted her and told her that my brother was murdered. And she said, or called her. I can't even remember. I called her, texted her. And she said, what do you want me to do about it? No remorse. You have no emotion, no feeling towards someone that you claimed you loved that died. If I was in love with someone, if I was madly in love with someone, truly in love with someone.
Right, but didn't they, you said ex. So maybe she wasn't in love with him, and it's still kind of a weird response, but they weren't dating.
And the thought of them, like, you can't even imagine the people in my life, right? Like my friends, just the thought of them no longer being here devastates me. I'm one of those people, we've all had those thoughts when we have I don't know what it was called, but
precognition,
where you have thoughts of someone that is here when not constantly, but when you think about them passing away and them no longer being here. I could not live at that point. I like the fact of someone that I'm madly in love with passing away and having to think that...
Madly in love with? Who the hell are you talking about?
And it's hard. One day we're all not going to be here. And that's something that I have. That's why I try to cherish the moments I have with my mom, because she is old. And my friends, when I can do things with them, because it's just like, I want to spend as much time as I can with you, because I know one day my friend is dead, right? The one that I talk about that died. And for me, I wish I would have gotten more time with her, but I didn't. And that kills me inside. I don't know. It was a lot to deal with. It was very traumatic. And then having to go see the internet and see people say that I was a part of a crime and that I'm the reason why my brother is dead didn't even help me at all.
Okay, so log off.
Because here I am having to process what happened and wishing that I stayed awake, that I never went to sleep. I could have saved my brother. These are the things that really affects me. And that violent crime
It doesn't affect you that much because you're content to sit on your ass just like before this all happened.
had nothing to do with a job. He didn't murder my brother because I didn't have a job.
You were on the street because you didn't have a job. You were in the situation that you were in because you didn't have a job.
That's the dumbest thing to ever hear the internet say.
No, the dumbest thing is that you cannot tell the difference.
That my mom got shot in the face because I didn't have a job. That my brother died because I didn't have a job. Do you see how stupid that sounds? Like, that violent crimes happen every day.
Yeah, they do, but they wouldn't have happened to you if you were not in that scenario. And you would not be in that scenario if you were also working.
Violence is very high. When people say that they need to abolish or take all guns away, that's not the issue. People have a right to bear arms. It's the Second Amendment, or the right to bear arms. The issue is when you prevent people from getting...
Right. The thing is, I think the founding fathers were talking about like hunting rifles, not AK-47s. So
getting guns, they're just going to get it illegally like they've always been. It has nothing to do with guns. It has everything to do with people illegally obtaining guns. They're going to obtain guns. It's not about taking away the guns from people because they're going to find a way to get a gun anyways. It's people with mental health issues that are obtaining these guns they're not supposed to have.
No, I'm going to stop you right there because people with mental health issues are far more likely to be a victim than they are to commit a crime like that, Tophia. And I really kind of hate that you're spreading that. I mean, most everyone knows you're a dumbass, but like, that's not true.
Amount of mass shootings and gun violence, thank you for the galaxy, amount of mass shootings and gun violence that has happened since my brother has passed away is crazy. 261 mass shootings this year. And you want to talk to me about having no job? You need to be hitting the streets and talking about how gun violence is bad.
What does that have to do with your lazy ass?
How they need to have stricter gun laws. That's what you need to be doing. Why are you blaming...
Girl, do not tell me what I need to be doing, okay? You look like, I don't even know, just the shirt, the hair, the combo, the fact that you're sitting in a shelter with no job and you don't really take care of your mom like at all. You have no right to tell anyone what they need to do. Are you serious?
Me for a horrible system that allows criminals to get back out into the streets and obtain guns because he wasn't a repeat offender. He had a record before he did what he did to my brother, and you're praising a man.
So he had a record and got a gun anyway. It has nothing to do with his mental health.
That had a record. You're literally sitting here, some of you have made accounts saying how whoever he is, because I don't know if that is him, the Albuquerque Journal posted it, but we didn't get no name of who it was or nothing. And mind you, my memory...
What do you mean you didn't get a name? It was in the article.
A lot has happened, so all I remember was he was bald, he had blue plaid shirt on, and a wife beater shirt.
Man, listen, if somebody took my sister out, I would remember their name. I mean, I'd remember their birthday too, but that's another point. It's just, like, how do you not know the name?
I shouldn't say that. The shirt. They call it a wife beater. But anyways, it's a muscle shirt. It was like a white muscle shirt. Anyways, I don't know why people call it that. I don't even know.
Because it shows your arm muscles. Ta-da!
Why they would name the shirt that. But anyways, I think it was white or black. I can't even remember. But I know it was a tank top. I know he had a plaid shirt on. I know he was bald. And I know he was angry. I could tell because he didn't say anything. He didn't make any demands. He didn't say, give me money. He didn't say anything. He was just running off of adrenaline. And you have, obviously, because he's running from the police. So obviously he's on adrenaline. The police are chasing him. His adrenaline is high. And people literally saying that my brother deserves to die is crazy. Saying justice for Peter Garcia. If he's the one who did it, we didn't get the name of the guy who did it. And when I see the picture of the guy that you say, that because they posted his name in the Albuquerque Journal, when I see him, I just don't remember what the guy looks like, and it just hurts because thank God the guy isn't alive to hurt anyone else. I would not wish death on someone, but his intent was to...
But you would wish it on someone's mother, like multiple times.
...to go harm more people, and people don't understand that. He crashed into a Jeep. There was another person that was a part of this whole incident that didn't deserve... He could have been murdered. He now has to see Right? And here's the thing, that guy saw my brother dead. Imagine the trauma that that guy has to go through because he could have been the next victim wondering if he was next. He doesn't know the intent that the guy had. He doesn't know his intent. Like, what was the intent? He could have been next. He doesn't know that. I don't know that either. I don't know because I wasn't there when he crashed into the Jeep. All I know
Yeah,
is
because you grabbed your phone and ran. I will not let you forget that.
that guy has trauma. Obviously, if you wrecked into someone that had just murdered somebody, you're gonna have trauma. Hello, when you're in something, a wreck, that's traumatic. A car accident is traumatic, especially getting smashed head on by a car that is speeding. And the crazy thing about it is that yes, because my phone is charging. The crazy thing about it is that people I didn't get injured way more than I should have. Oh, you're not a victim because you didn't get injured as bad. If I had stayed in the car and he would have took off with the car and I was in there and I would have got injured when he crashed, what would have happened? I wouldn't have been able to take care of my mom.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, the thing is that you're not taking care of her anyway. So, like,
I wouldn't have been able to help her because I would have also been injured. Who knows? I could have died in that car wreck. I don't know. If he would have crashed, I could have died. But anyways, like, it's not very traumatic to talk about it because I've been talking about this and I'm going to talk about it many times more because there's going to
because it's all you got to lean on to get people to send you money and feel bad for you.
be people that comes into my life that I'm going to have to tell them my situation. It's not,
You just want to tell everybody because you're just like seeking pity points.
it is kind of hurtful because it's hard to navigate social media when you have people blaming you for something that is totally out of your control.
Okay, so log the fuck off. All right, bye, Tophia. Well, y'all, there's part 2. I mean, same old tired ass arguments from Toph. Yeah, I I don't even know how to end this. She's just same old Tophia, you know what I'm saying? But I really do appreciate y'all sticking with me all the way through this. I'm not sure if I'll have time to record a video tomorrow, which is actually today when you're watching this, but if I do, I'll see you then, and if not, take care of yourself until I see you in the next one. Bye!